everyone, I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are talking about The Arrival of Someday by Jen Malone, which I got off of, I think, Edelweiss.
Edelweiss.
So this book is about Amelia Lynham? I'm going to say Lynham. And Amelia's life is going to be forever changed because of a liver disorder that she has had her whole life but has never affected her. In a matter of moments, Amelia went from being a wannabe artist and a rising roller derby star to a sick girl. Amelia needs a transplant, and she's trying to keep her spirits up with the help of her family, best friends Sibby and Will, a boy from her past that reappears and makes her life a little bit more livable. That's like very vague. So I had a mixed reaction to this book, and I'm not even sure what I want to rate it. Because the description talks about how she finds out she's this liver disorder she has flares up, and this boy from her past, who was her brother's best friend all through childhood, shows up, and they connect, and it's great. That's like 30 pages of the book, so that's what I was expecting. But that's not what the book's about. The book is all about transplants, basically, and how important transplants are and how people sometimes need transplants and that kind of stuff, which I think is important.
I think that's a good book to have.
But I feel like then that's what you should advertise it as, just so expectations meet. And don't get me wrong, I'm an organ donor. I got the little card in my wallet.
And as I'm reading this book, I'm like, I need to check my license. Because I know that I sign up as an organ donor, but am I still an organ donor? Like, does that ever go away?
I think it just transfers.
Okay, well, I'm going to check.
I think.
At
one point, I was in the bone.
I don't know if anybody wants my organs.
Yeah, I don't know. No, at one point I was in the National Bone Marrow Registry too because my cousin, when our children was sick. So my mom.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, there's the one one of the other books I was reading recently about the swabby-doo, about the. Is it bone marrow? Like, where you have to have the same genetic makeup? Like, you have to be the same. Like, you have to be like 95%.
Well, bone marrow, you have to be pretty close. But
like, if you submit your stuff for that, does that stay in the system forever?
I have no idea. My mom.
Yeah, no, it's like the guy in the book. Oh my gosh, what did we just read? The one where the one where the girl doctor, the Doogie Howser book. Like, I did that. Like, does that stay in the system like organ donors? I wonder.
I don't know, and it was so long ago when I was typed. They just took my blood.
Oh, so this one, they didn't take my blood. They took my, like, a swabby-doo.
Yeah, this was 30 years ago. Oh. So, yeah. But that's besides the point. Let's go back to the book. So in some ways, I did like the book. I liked that it starts this conversation about the bone marrow. I liked Amelia. I thought she was a great...
Organ donation.
Organ donation. Sorry, organ donation. I liked Amelia. I thought she was an interesting main character. I loved her relationship with her brother.
Yeah.
I thought that was very sweet. And you don't see that a lot. And somebody who's very close
I liked her with Will, too.
Yes, I liked Will. Yeah, Will was cute and flirty. But I didn't like Sibby. I found Sibby annoying and controlling. And, why would you be friends with this person?
Okay, so I didn't either. However, because we were reading the Croissant book at the same time as this book, there was an Aussie character in the Croissant book who is also not great, and so I kept getting the two confused, and they kind of merge into one character in my mind.
I guess I kind of wish that Malone had taken the time to really flesh out Amelia outside of being sick, because she keeps saying, I'm not just a sick girl, I'm not just a sick girl, and you kind of see little pieces of it, but you don't really get a whole Amelia without the liver disease. The roller derby's a little, the art is a little, and the art was really interesting what she was doing art-wise. She was doing
that was interesting.
But it was just kind of little snippets here and there. And Will is literally maybe in 40 pages of this book. I would have liked there actually to be a relation, and I kept waiting because the book description said this. Never happened.
I need more romance.
Well, and I don't always need romance, but then don't put it in the description.
That's true.
Though
it doesn't look like a fluffy teen romance. If you look at the cover, it doesn't. It looks like a fantasy book, honestly.
Well, but I think the cover, it's her feet, and it's her art. I think it's chalk. We should just rate it.
Okay.
So our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I'm at 3 unicorns.
See, and I'm fluctuating between a 3 and a 3.5. I feel like I want to go 3, but I think I gave it a 4 on Goodreads. I think I finally settled on 4 just because I felt the good and the discussion outweighed my issues with it.
I just think it's so funny. I find issues with covers, and then you find issues with descriptions on Goodreads. I think it's funny.
Well, because I read the description before I read the book.
Yeah, and I don't ever do that.
I'm like,
I never do that, and that gets me in trouble.
Yes,
a lot.
Yes, it does.
So whatever.
So that is where we are on The Arrival of Someday. Is that the name of the book?
So someday it'll be here.
The Arrival of Someday. We'll see you around.
All right, bye.